Hello everyone, and welcome to Solshine Travel's very first gluten-free travel vlog. So why am I doing this? In 2019, I was diagnosed with celiac disease. Now, this was 3 weeks before a Caribbean cruise on Holland America's New Staten Dam. So, as you can guess, I was not very happy. I'm used to taking a cruise and eating all day anything that I wanted without having to worry about food. Now I had concerns. Would I be able to eat and enjoy myself on a 7-day Caribbean cruise? So I contacted Holland America. I let them know that I was just diagnosed with celiac disease and is there anything that they could do to help me out? They basically said, no problem, we'll put it on your reservation. And they then suggested that as soon as I got on the cruise ship, I went directly to the main dining room and I should talk with the maitre d'. And I did that. As soon as I spoke with him, he explained to me that there would be no issues for me on the ship, that they have a separate area where they would prepare their food, and every venue on the ship, every dining venue on the ship would be aware, as long as they knew what my cabin number is, they would see that I had celiac disease. He then explained to me that starting with the very first night's dinner, my head waiter would come to me at the end of the meal with the next night's menu and would allow me to choose what I wanted on that menu, and they would then tell me what I could eat and what I couldn't. And that if there was something on there that I wasn't sure about, they would check with the chef. And on the other hand, if there was nothing on that menu that I felt I wanted to eat, but there was something else, they would ask the chef if they could do something special for me. And 9 times out of 10, they were able to do that. So this was way before YouTube, or I got into YouTube in that case. So I didn't have a chance to record any of my experiences. However, this December, we're going to be taking a New Year's Eve cruise on Sky Princess, and I will most definitely record all of my experiences there for both a travel and gluten-free travel experience. So how did the New Staten Dam, how did Holland America handle my situation? It was actually fantastic. From traveling, just finding out I had celiac disease, to getting on the ship and constantly stressing, they made it so much better. Every single dining venue took care of me. Even on deck, if I was at the pool deck and I wanted a pizza or a Caesar salad, they knew that they were going to be making my meals in a separate kitchen, and they just informed me that they would have my meals for me, my gluten-free pizza or my Caesar salad with either without croutons or with gluten-free croutons. They would have that and they'd make it separately. It might take a little bit longer, but I would have my meal. And I didn't get sick once on that ship. Now, this was also the very first week of me eating gluten-free, so it was a kind of trial and error thing. Fortunately, nothing happened. So, vlog number 1, where are we? Today, I'd like to talk to you about a few of the restaurants that we've eaten at in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a foodie paradise. If you're a foodie or a traveler with celiac disease visiting Las Vegas, you don't have to worry. You won't be disappointed with your options. Whether you're in the mood for fancy gourmet or more laid-back atmosphere, you'll find something that's definitely going to suit your taste. There's plenty of delicious gluten-free options available on the Las Vegas Strip. They have something for everyone. And if you do the right research and check all your boxes, I think you're going to have, as a matter of fact, I know you're going to have a really great food experience. So be sure to check out restaurants, and I'll give you a few right now, like Mon Ami Gabi at Paris, or Scarpetta at Cosmopolitan, True Food Kitchen at the Forum Shops at Caesars. They all offer gluten-free menus, or they offer gluten-free suggestions on their menu, clearly labeled. Now, restaurants like Atelier Joel Robuchon, Villa Azur, Vanderpump à Paris, slightly more upscale restaurants, they can modify their menu items, or they also have gluten-free items listed on their menu. So with a little planning, you can enjoy all that Las Vegas has to offer without having to sacrifice your dietary needs. Now, for those with gluten-free allergies and are passionate about food or travel, I can guarantee you Las Vegas is a great destination that offers a multitude of gluten-free options. With a bit of preparation, you can explore all that Las Vegas has to offer without worrying about compromising any of your dietary needs. So there are a few simple things that you need to do before you arrive. And by the way, you can use these strategies in any vacation that you're taking, not just in Las Vegas. So the first thing that I suggest is check the website for the restaurant that you want to eat at. There are many a times that I want to eat at a specific restaurant and I look at that menu and I know right away they aren't going to have anything for me, or I just don't feel comfortable with the food options. And I move on, try to find a different restaurant. So a lot of research is needed prior to actually going to Las Vegas. And I suggest anyways, making dinner reservations a few months out, say 3 months out prior to going to Las Vegas anyways. If you go on their menu, several of these restaurants, like Scarpetta, for example, have a separate gluten-free menu. And Scarpetta is fantastic. I'll be talking about that in another vlog. The next thing that you need to do is make those dinner reservations. So there are 2 dinner reservation systems that Las Vegas restaurants use. And I use them all the time. Even living in Chicago, there are restaurants that use both Open Table and 7 Rooms. And I'll put some links below so you can check them out. Open Table, you make your reservation, and there's, when you're finished making that reservation, there's a comment section prior to submitting. Just let them know that if you need a gluten-free menu and they have one, they should have a gluten-free menu available for you. And if they don't, just let them know that you need gluten-free food options, that you have celiac disease, and that way the restaurant can make sure that their servers understand they have to take care of you. So I've never had an issue with that one. So I'll give you an example. In my next vlog, I'm going to be talking about Waikiki gluten-free restaurants. One of the first restaurants we ate at in Waikiki was Roy's Waikiki. Now, Roy's is a really high-end Asian restaurant. They have a lot of menu items with soy, and as many of you with celiac know, soy is not always our friend unless they use tamari. So I was concerned, and one of the things that I did was I went on their website, looked at their menu, wasn't sure, so I decided to email the restaurant and ask them, I have celiac disease, what can you do for me? Within a couple minutes, I received an email from the general manager explaining to me that they take very good care of their celiac diners. They understand about cross-contamination, and she sent me a sample menu. Now, the surprising thing about Roy's was that within 10 minutes of receiving that email, the general manager called me from Hawaii. I live in Chicago. She called me to just ask me some questions and assure me that I could have a very nice meal and feel safe about it. So Don't be afraid to email or make a phone call to the restaurants. They will tell you if they can accommodate you or not. So, out of the way, let's get on with today's gluten-free celiac safe restaurants in Las Vegas. On our trip this summer, we visited several restaurants, and I'm going to go through what I feel are the top 3 for now. The first restaurant that we visited was Vanderpump à Paris at the Palace in Las Vegas. They didn't have a lot of options, but I have to tell you that the server we had was fantastic. She knew what were the best suggestions and how I could order without worrying about cross-contamination or eating the wrong food and what adaptations they could make. I'll be showing you some of the pictures of those food items right up here, and I'll talk about them. The next restaurant we ate at that I was very surprised was able to accommodate me was Atelier Joel Robuchon at the MGM Grand. Now, this was the smaller version of Joel Robuchon. There are 2 restaurants. There's Joel Robuchon and Atelier. Atelier is the more casual, laid-back version. We did a 4-course dining menu, which actually turned out to be like 6 or 7 different courses. We sat at the bar. Again, take a look at some of the pictures and a little bit of the video of our experience. And it was fantastic. They came with separate bread. They came with separate plates. The food was absolutely fantastic. And then the third was a relatively new restaurant in Las Vegas called Villa Azur at the Palazzo. This is a Mediterranean restaurant, so I was pretty certain that I could have fish. And that's exactly what I did. And again, you'll see some of those pictures right up here with the descriptions of everything that that menu explained was part of the dish. I will say that this picture right here of a tiramisu, gluten-free only, it's not even adapted for a gluten-free option, it's automatically gluten-free. I don't even think there were lady fingers in the dessert, but it was probably one of the best gluten-free desserts I have ever had. So enjoy the pictures. Please comment below if you've had any experiences in Las Vegas, both positive and negative, as celiac and having to eat gluten-free. And please like and subscribe. I'll have more of these vlogs as we travel down the road. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.